Are you wondering how to manage your financial assets before walking down the aisle? It's a question that can seem daunting, especially when you're already navigating the exciting yet sometimes stressful path towards marriage. But fear not, we're here to help illuminate the path for you. You see, managing financial assets before tying the knot isn't just about the numbers on your bank statement. It's about understanding the tools at your disposal and knowing how to use them effectively. In this video, we are going to introduce you to 3 such tools: a living will trust, a prenuptial trust, and a prenuptial agreement. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds complicated, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down in a way that's easy to understand. These aren't just dry legal terms. They are practical solutions that can help protect your assets and ensure a smooth financial future for both you and your partner. Let's start with a living will trust. This is a legal document that allows you to control how your assets will be distributed after you're gone. It's not just for the wealthy or the elderly. It's a tool that anyone can use to ensure their wishes are carried out. Next, we have the prenuptial trust. This is a trust that you set up before you get married to protect your assets in case of divorce. It's a way to ensure that your hard-earned assets are protected no matter what life throws your way. And lastly, there's the prenuptial agreement. This is a legal document that outlines how assets will be divided in case of a divorce. It's a way to set clear expectations and prevent potential disputes down the line. But these are just the basics. Over the course of this video, we'll delve deeper into each of these tools, explaining how they work, how to set them up, and how they can evolve as your relationship grows. So, whether you're just starting to think about these issues or you're well on your way to planning your financial future, we're here to help guide you. Stay tuned as we delve into these financial tools and how they could be beneficial for your relationship. Scene script. First up, we have the living will trust. But what exactly is it? Well, a living will trust, also known as a revocable trust, is a legal document that holds your assets during your lifetime. It's like a secure box where you put your possessions, real estate, bank accounts, or even your precious vinyl record collection. But unlike a regular box, this one comes with a set of instructions for how these assets should be handled if you become incapacitated or pass away. The key feature of a living will trust is that it's revocable. This means you can change it, modify it, or completely dissolve it at any point during your lifetime. You remain in control. It's like being both the director and the lead actor in your own financial play. Now, how does a living will trust fit into a relationship context? Let's say you and your partner have significant assets before tying the knot. A living will trust can be a critical tool in managing these assets. It allows for a smooth transfer of assets, avoiding the potentially lengthy and costly probate process. It also provides a level of privacy since the details of the trust aren't made public. However, like any financial tool, a living will trust isn't without potential drawbacks. For one, setting it up can be more complex and expensive than drafting a simple will. It also requires ongoing management. Think of it as a pet that needs regular feeding and occasional trips to the vet. So, is a living will trust right for you? It depends on your circumstances. If you value privacy, wish to avoid probate, and don't mind the ongoing management, it could be an excellent tool for your financial toolbox. Knowing the ins and outs of a living will trust allows for informed decision-making. Let's move on to our next tool. Scene script. Next on our list is the prenuptial trust. How does it work? Well, let's dive in. A prenuptial trust, also known as a premarital trust, is a specific type of legal arrangement created before a couple ties the knot. It essentially allows you to set aside certain assets for specific purposes, much like a traditional trust. The main difference is that a prenuptial trust is specifically geared towards addressing issues that may arise in the event of a divorce or death. Now you might be thinking, why would I need a prenuptial trust? Well, there are several benefits. First, it provides a level of protection for your assets. If you have children from a previous relationship, or if you've built up substantial assets before the marriage, a prenuptial trust can ensure these assets are protected and directed as per your wishes. Second, a prenuptial trust can minimize potential conflict in the event of a divorce.
By clearly defining what assets belong to whom, you can avoid lengthy and often contentious court battles. However, it's important to acknowledge that a prenuptial trust isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are a few potential downsides. For one, setting up a prenuptial trust can be a complex process. It requires careful planning and the help of a qualified attorney. Another potential drawback is the emotional aspect. Discussing a prenuptial trust can bring up sensitive topics, like the possibility of divorce or death. It's crucial to approach these discussions with care and understanding. Lastly, while a prenuptial trust can provide asset protection, it's not foolproof. Courts have been known to overturn them if they're deemed unfair or if proper procedures weren't followed during their creation. In conclusion, a prenuptial trust can be a valuable tool for protecting your assets and minimizing potential conflict. However, it's not a decision to be taken lightly. It requires careful consideration and professional guidance. With a clear understanding of a prenuptial trust, you can decide if it fits your financial plan. Now let's discuss our final tool.
Finally, we have the prenuptial agreement. What does it entail? Well, a prenuptial agreement, often referred to as a prenup, is a legally binding contract created by two people before they get married. This document establishes the property and financial rights of each spouse in the event of a divorce. It might sound a bit gloomy, but it's actually a practical and smart way to protect your assets. Now, how does a prenup work? The agreement typically lists all of the property each person owns, as well as any debts. It specifies what each person's property rights will be after the marriage. In some cases, the prenup can also state whether or not spousal support will be paid in the event of a divorce. A prenuptial agreement is like a safety net. It allows you to enter into a marriage with open eyes and full knowledge of each other's assets. It's a way to take control of your financial future rather than leaving it in the hands of the court. But a prenup is not all about protecting assets. It can also be used to ensure that any children from a previous relationship are taken care of financially. It can specify that certain assets will be passed on to these children, securing their future. Of course, there are potential drawbacks. Some people may view a prenuptial agreement as unromantic or as a sign that one person is planning for the marriage to fail. It's important to remember, though, that a prenup is just a precaution, not a prediction. Another potential issue is fairness. If one person has significantly more assets than the other, a prenup could potentially leave the less wealthy partner at a disadvantage in the event of a divorce. To address this, it's crucial to ensure the agreement is fair and equitable. A prenuptial agreement can be a sensitive topic, but it's crucial for financial planning. It's about being prepared for any eventuality and ensuring that you and your partner are entering into your future together with eyes wide open. Let's wrap things up. Now that we've gone through these financial tools, you might be wondering which one is best for you. Well, let's recap to help you make an informed decision. First, we explored the Living Will Trust. This is a versatile tool that allows you to manage your assets during your lifetime and beyond. It's a great option for those who want to maintain control over their financial assets, even in unforeseen circumstances. Moreover, it can be adjusted over time as your relationship and financial situation evolve. Then we delved into the Prenuptial Trust. This tool is particularly useful for engaged couples with significant assets, allowing you to protect your financial interests before tying the knot. It's like a safety net, providing a clear agreement on how assets would be handled in the event of a separation. Plus, it can also be tailored to reflect changes in your relationship or financial circumstances. Lastly, we examined the Prenuptial Agreement. This is a legally binding contract that spells out how a couple's assets will be divided in the event of a divorce. It's a practical tool that can prevent potential disputes down the line, but remember, it's crucial to ensure that it's fair and transparent for both parties. Now, which one is right for you? Well, it all depends on your unique situation and goals. You might find one tool more suitable than the others, or you might find value in using a combination of these tools. The key is to understand your financial needs, communicate openly with your partner, and seek professional advice when needed. Remember, every relationship is unique, and so are your financial plans. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It's all about finding the right balance that respects both your love and your financial future. So take your time, reflect on what we've discussed today, and make the choice that suits you best. Remember, the goal is to secure your financial future without compromising your relationship. It's a delicate balance, but with the right tools and guidance, you can certainly achieve it. Until next time, keep your finances in check and your love life blooming.